You hoe, I'm gonna whoop your ass, bitch. Watch. Keep running your mouth. Watch.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, this is the official post-fight review for one of the worst fights of all time, Shakur Stevenson versus Santos, and your result of the fight is a very uneventful Shakur Stevenson unanimous decision as he becomes the 3-weight world champion. Now, Pops, Shakur Stevenson won the fight, but I think it's very safe to say, you know, his stock took a dramatic hit tonight. Before I get my thoughts, what did you make of Shakur Stevenson versus Santos and how it all played out in the ring?
I'm gonna say like this: you only, in my opinion, you disagree with this, but you only as good.
I don't agree with that, but go ahead.
With your last dance, and they always say that shit stinks, and boy did it stink tonight. We had a star in Shakur Stevenson, who was fighting De Los Santos, and man, they both stunk out the place. I wish they did what shout out to Jorge Rubio, the Miami trainer, when he says good show.
What a good show.
Today was not a good show in that ring for Shakur Stevenson or De Los Santos.
Absolutely, and I'll say this, man. I'm not happy to make this video because I've been a Shakur Stevenson fan since before the Olympics when I interviewed him and whatnot. So I love Shakur Stevenson as a boxer, but I had a fear going into this fight that this was going to be like Jeremiah Nakatili 2.0, where Shakur Stevenson would come in here, he would get touched by something very minimal, and he would just circle the ring, and it would be a very uneventful, boring fight that would dramatically hurt his stock, and that's exactly what transpired tonight. Now, I've had this thing these last couple of the fights, like last 3 or 4 like tank fights, you know, I've been saying to myself, you know, I've been getting less and less confident about Shakur beating Gervonta Davis. Now, first of all, I don't even think Gervonta Davis is going to fight him because it's like, who's going to pay to see that? Who on God's really going to pay to see that? You know, Shakur Stevenson should give the paying customers the refund tonight. He was bad, but he won't do that. But listen, it's justified because, you know, Shakur, he wasn't too kind to the boxing media this week. He said, you know, the boxing media was fake and whatnot. Well, we got to tell the truth. We're going to be real now. That was piss poor. For someone that constantly gets compared to Floyd Mayweather and Pernell Whitaker and things like that, I'll be honest, that might be it's definitely one of the top 3 worst, most boringest fights of the modern era of boxing. I used to think that like Brian Norman Jr. versus Quentin Randall was bad on the undercard, but that was like Gotti versus Ward compared to Shakur versus De Los Santos. Shakur Stevenson is giving Chris Bird versus Deval Williamson a run for his money for the boringest fight of all time. Honestly, and that anybody who's watched that fight knows that's like the boringest fight ever. And I like Chris Bird. And I gotta say this too before I let you go, Pops. Before I let you speak. You know, Shakur had a lot of bad things to say about Rolly Romero. You know, Rolly sucked. He's the worst boxer. And yeah, he got knocked out by Tank. But Rolly was right. You know, people are not gonna pay to see that. I know people will rationalize it. The like Shakur, they're gonna say, well, that was a sweet science. Sweet science is hit and knock a hit. That wasn't the sweet science. The sweet science is about making your guy miss, making him pay, and if at all possible, rendering him unconscious. What Shakur did tonight was not that. Shakur consistently refused to engage with De Los Santos. Then in the only couple moments where he could engage, before De Los Santos or him even ties up, he's already looking at the ref, looking for the ref to bail him out. And that's not good for the sport. And if you want to, listen, if y'all want the stone cold, God's honest truth, if you want to know why boxing is not, you know, doing great in America and if everything's going to Saudi, it's because, you know, our American fighters who we put on this pedestal as these great talents, they don't perform when the lights shine the brightest. And I know, look, Shakur said after the fight that he was going through some things and whatnot. Listen, we all go through things. I'm going through things. Pop's going through things. We're all going through things. But the reality is boxing is a results-based business, and the paying customers don't care about that. They only care about what they see in that ring on fight night. And you can't sit here and say you don't care about them, because essentially what you'll be saying is you don't care about the people that, you know, put money in your paycheck. I mean, that's not cool. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say that for me, you know, this guy want to be treated like a man, or you gotta take the good with the bad. start feeling sorry for yourself, and start making excuses. And to me, when I hear a fighter as talented as, this is why I'm angry, because I'm passionate for a talent that he's a great talent, but I'm angry because he didn't come out there and do what he was supposed to do. And it was up to him. He was the A-side fighter, in my opinion, to do what he was supposed to do. So stop crying, stop making excuses, wake up and understand that people will not remember you for your third division title. They remember you for the most boring fight to win the title.
Absolutely. Now that you've seen Shakur in another fight against a power puncher like Edwin Dos Santos, well, Pops, what are your thoughts about Shakur Stevenson potentially fighting Gervonta Davis and or Devin Haney?
I'm riding with both of the latter. I'm riding with both of them.
Really?
I'm riding with definitely for Tank, because Tank is not a fight anybody without stipulation. And I'm always been adamant about Haney and his fighting. But damn, I gotta give credit to Haney. Haney will bring it through these stabs and try to force something.
Sit in the pocket, you know.
Yeah, do that. And I don't think that Shakur did that tonight. So I will favor. Put this on record because there's no.
Oh, so he's putting
I will
on record.
favor Haney beating Shakur.
Damn, that's
if it comes to the
that's bad. That's bad because Pops don't even like Haney like that.
If it comes and showing up performing like you just did.
I'll say this about Shakur. What's frustrating for me also is that it's not like he's not capable of delivering an exciting performance and a statement performance. Because when he fought Jamel Herring, he stood in the pocket and he was doing his thing, you know, and he stopped him. But at the same time, Jamel Herring ain't punching like Jeremiah Lacatilia, and Jamel Herring ain't punching like Edwin Dos Santos. Maybe that's why he felt comfortable doing that. So
why do you feel he came out like that, Ronnie? Like honestly, like. Most fighters get stage fright.
Now look, he said after the fight, he made the excuse of he didn't feel well, which honestly, at the world championship level of boxing, when you've gone through an 8-week camp, you haven't seen your family probably a lot in the last 8 weeks. Nobody really feels well going into a ring after 8 weeks of that, you know, putting your body through hell, right? So that's not really an excuse, but that's his clever way of saying I overtrained. That's what he's saying. I've been in the gym too much. I overtrained. So if he overtrained, well, look, that's him. He only he knows what he did and didn't do. So it's up to him to make those adjustments and come out better the next time. The good thing about boxing is he's gonna have a chance in the future to definitely reconcile this piss poor performance against Edwin Dos Santos. But if he's thinking about getting a Gervonta Davis fight, you better get way to the back of the line. Like just think of fighting Gervonta Davis as the line for the DMV. He's at the back of it, right? He should have made an appointment. He should have called and he should have made an appointment. You know, so
hey man, it's gonna be hard for him because he's gonna have to face the music, as they say, through everybody. And now he gotta look himself in the mirror, but everybody in social media and everybody is always gonna remember that. So it's up to him to rewrite that story again in his next fight.
Absolutely, 100%. What was I gonna say about Shakur? I mean, it's just sad. Like right now, but tonight was a great example of why boxing in the USA ain't what it used to be.
You think Top Rank
go? I'm trying to figure out, Pop. We touched on this on the live, and I'll say it here for the people that watch this video that weren't on the live. And by the way, if you joined the live, we appreciate you for your support. But I had a chance to watch James Toney versus Razor Roddick. What I thought this week, what I thought was gonna be a circus exhibition.
It's not better than this.
Razor Roddick, gut flabbing everywhere. James Toney out of shape in 55. But you know what's crazy, Pops? James Toney at 55
would move better and
he exhibited more of what the sweet science truly meant. Slick in the pocket, counter punching, abusing, throwing nice punch combinations to the body on Razor Roddick. He is more slick than not just Shakur Stevenson, but a lot of fighters in America. And I think to myself, have we really in the USA, like we used to be a proper country, have we really regressed that much in the last 30 years? Because I remember there was a time when America had fighters like Oscar De La Hoya, Mark Too Sharp Johnson, James Toney, guys that would, yes, they had boxing skills. They could do what Shakur did. But they would get in that pocket and they make you miss and they make you pay and they will beat your fucking ass. And it's just sad that this is where we're at now.
Reality is
where we're at. This is why big time boxing is going to Saudi, ladies and gentlemen.
Compare themselves to the Floyds, the Pernell Whitakers. I'm sorry to tell you, even Pernell Whitaker, the best defensive, he fought fights.
Pernell Whitaker, right? Just to give you guys some historical context. Pernell Whitaker turned pro. I mean, he won world titles at 135, 140, eventually 147, right? When he got to 47, which was not his like natural weight class, he was fighting bigger guys. When he got to 47, he fought Buddy McGirt. You know what he did? He fought Buddy McGirt, the larger man, and he put Buddy McGirt on his back foot as the aggressor. But nobody talks about that when it comes to Pernell Whitaker. They only talk about, when he fought, Chavez and De La Hoya, and he had good moments defensively and the highlights and whatnot. But they never talk about these young fighters who like to compare themselves to Pernell Whitaker. They don't talk about when Pernell Whitaker went up to 147 and fought Buddy McGirt and put him on his fucking back foot and beat his ass and became welterweight champion. That's the difference. And
he handled business.
I watched that fight tonight, and I'm like, man, this country I love the USA. I love our fighters. I'm praying to God we got a fighter in the Olympics that I think is gonna have a chance to really make some noise when he goes to the pros, named Jamal Harvey. I think Jamal Harvey. I'm praying that when he gets to the pros, he really become that one of those next stars for the sport that we desperately need in this country, because I think he's got the talent to be all that and more, all the way around the board, and from an excitement standpoint. But to bring it back to Shakur, humble yourself, brother, man. Take whatever time you need off, and really just reevaluate some things, because this tonight was just piss poor.
I think this is gonna be like.
And the same goes for De Los Santos. De Los Santos, because I don't want to just make this all about Shakur.
Yeah,
De Los Santos had the opportunity of a lifetime to win the world title, and I know it's easy for me to sit here on my couch and criticize a world class fighter like him, and he had things going against him. I get all that, but still, man, we saw in the co-main event, which I made a video about later on, we saw Robinson Conceição sell out to win.
Yeah,
I don't think De Los Santos really truly sold out to win the fight, and that's his cross to bear. It's not mine. It's not Pop's. It's not nobody else.
He was part of the problem.
Him. He was part of the problem, and I don't want to let him off the hook either. So
no, I mean, he came out to make excuses, saying that towards the end in Spanish that I came to this fight. It's supposed to be two fighters with athleticism, and they could fight and stand with each other. But guess what? He didn't do not as much. He tried, but he didn't do enough. And he's part to blame for this, because if one's gonna dance, the other partner gonna dance also, and they both didn't do it.
So on that note,
so praying for both of them, positivity.
And look, it's not a death sentence. I want to make that very clear.
Yeah.
It's not a death sentence for Shakur. It's not like, I think no, he's a fantastic fighter still. He's still a great defensive fighter. It's just, with great power comes great responsibility. The good book says, to whom much is given, much is required. See, Shakur, God gave you exceptional boxing talent, exceptional boxing ability, and because he gave you that exceptional boxing ability, more is going to be expected of you and more be required of you to achieve your highest level of greatness in the sport, inside and ultimately outside the ring. So I will leave it on that note. You guys can feel free to chime in and give me your thoughts down below. Thanks once again for you guys who chimed into the live, hit the like button, and interacted with us,
all
send
support.
super chats, all the support, good and bad. But yeah, give us your take. What do you think about this fight? How do you think Shakur fares against the likes of Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney?
And where do you think he should go next? What do you think?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I'll say this last thing and then I'll end the video. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you the fight I want to see, because after watching him throw 12 rounds no punches, I want to see him fight Williams Pereira, who throw 1,000 punches a fight.
Oh, wow.
I want to see that fight.
Yeah.
I know there was a thing where he said Williams Pereira didn't want to fight him. Like, I'm sure every lightweight in the world would love to fight Shakur after watching that fight.
Yeah.
So except Tank, because Tank got options.
So stock fell?
It's free fell. Like
free fall.
The Sears Tower and the Empire State Building.
Mm-hmm.
Like it fell like that. So
sorry, I'll pray for you.
On that note, listen, you guys take care. Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just Kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.